Hey there, fitness fanatics! Today we're taking a hilarious trip down memory lane to the 1980s where leg warmers and neon were all the rage. It was a time of bold fashion choices, questionable hairstyles, and even more questionable fitness trends. Because let's be real, some of those 80s fitness fads were just straight up bonkers. Did people really believe they could jiggle fat away with a vibrating belt? Did they think a plastic suit would magically melt off the pounds? The answer, my friends, is a resounding yes. So buckle up, grab your sweatbands, optional but encouraged, and get ready to cringe laugh your way through the top 5 worst health and exercise trends of the 1980s. First up on our hit parade of questionable fitness choices, the vibrating belt machine. Picture this. You strap yourself into this contraption that looks like it was designed by Frankenstein himself. It shakes, it rattles, it vibrates with the fury of 1,000 Richard Simmons on a sugar high. And you know what? People genuinely believed this thing could shake the fat right off their bodies. Turns out, standing still while a machine violently shakes your internal organs isn't exactly a recipe for a sculpted physique. Who knew? But hey, at least you could catch a nap while using it, right? Just try not to picture your internal organs playing bumper cars. And for the love of all that is holy, please don't try this at home. Next up, we're shimmying our way to the land of leg warmers and leotards with jazzercise. Now, in theory, jazzercise wasn't a terrible idea. I mean, it was basically just dancing to get your heart rate up, and who doesn't love a good dance party? But let's be real. Jazzercise was less about the workout and more about the outfits. We're talking neon leotards, leg warmers in every color of the rainbow, and enough hairspray to single-handedly deplete the ozone layer. And listen, I'm all for expressing yourself through fashion, but I'm not sure those outfits were doing anyone any favors. But hey, at least people were moving their bodies, right? And who knows, maybe all that jazz handing actually did tone some arm muscles. Coming in at number 3 on our list of regrettable 80s fitness fads is none other than the Thigh Master. This contraption, which looked suspiciously like a medieval torture device, promised to deliver thighs of steel and a backside that could crack walnuts. Suzanne Summers, with her perfectly feathered hair and blindingly white teeth, swore by this thing. And who could blame us for believing her? She looked fantastic. But here's the thing about the Thigh Master, it took real effort to use. So the Thigh Master quickly found its true calling, gathering dust in the corner of living rooms across America. Hold on to your hats, folks, because things are about to get sweaty. At number 4, we have sauna suits. Remember those? They were basically giant plastic bags that people wore while exercising in a misguided attempt to sweat off the pounds. Because, you know, sweating equals weight loss, right? Well, not exactly. Turns out, sweating just dehydrates you. Who would have thought? But that didn't stop people from encasing themselves in these plastic prisons and hitting the gym. I can only imagine the symphony of crinkling and squeaking that must have accompanied their every move. Sauna suits were about as fashionable as a garbage bag, which, let's be honest, is basically what they were. And finally, we arrive at the granddaddy of them all, the piece de resistance of questionable 80s food fads, the cabbage soup diet. This diet, which was about as much fun as it sounds, involved eating, you guessed it, cabbage soup, for every meal, for an entire week. This diet was basically a recipe for malnutrition and misery. But hey, at least you could eat as much cabbage soup as you wanted, which, let's be honest, was probably about 2.5 bowls before you swore off cabbage for life. Please, for the love of all that is good and tasty in this world, do not try the cabbage soup diet. And there you have it, folks. The top 5 worst health and exercise trends of the 1980s. Remember, just because something is trendy doesn't mean it's good for you. Stay healthy, stay happy, and most importantly, stay away from vibrating belt machines. The 80s were a time of experimentation, and let's be honest, some pretty epic fails. But hey, that's how we learn, right? We try things, we realize they're terrible, and we vow to never speak of them again. So, let's all raise a glass of water, not cabbage soup, to the 80s and all its wacky fitness fads. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more hilarious content. Catch you next time.